Hey, Hockey fans, how's everybody doing? There are 14 games on Saturday, so I'm going to try to burn through this. The 3 games on Friday, Chicago lost to New Jersey. We got that one wrong. They lost 4-3. It was a decent game, but 4-3, another loss for Chicago. Philadelphia, they lost their opener to a Vancouver team 5-4 in overtime. Minnesota squeezed out a win 2-1. My parlay, I got the Hawks plus 1.5, but Philly money line and Minnesota, neither one of those hit. And the regular picks, I did get the Minnesota pick, but the other 2 didn't. So, yeah, not that great. 14 games Saturday. Let's move on. Arizona against Buffalo. Buffalo has Craig Anderson listed in net. Arizona has Carter Hutton listed in net. The Coyotes opener was an 8-2 shellacking by Columbus on Thursday. The Sabres opener was a 5-1 victory over the Montreal Canadiens. And Craig Anderson had an impressive game for a 40-year-old goaltender. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that again against this Arizona team. I think Arizona is going to come out. I think they're going to be ready for this game. I think they're going to be looking at that tape in the last game, hopefully work on the defensive breakdowns that they had. I like Carter Hutton over Craig Anderson here. And I think Arizona's going to win this game. That's going to be my pick. I'm going to take Arizona for game 1. Next game, we got the New York Islanders against Florida. Bobrovsky listed for the Panthers. He's confirmed to be in net. Sorokin is listed as probable for the Islanders. New York, they lost their opener to Carolina 6-3. Sorokin, he was busy in that game. He stopped 35 of 40 shots. The Islanders have had their way with Florida for the most part. They won a qualifying round against the Panthers, 3-1. And the last regular season game was back in 2019, December 12th, and the final score was 3-1 for the Islanders. Florida rallied back in their opener against Pittsburgh and won that game 5-4 in overtime. Bobrovsky, he was busy in net as well. He stopped 43 of 47 shots. I think Trotz is going to have his team ready here for the Panthers, and I like the Islanders here to get their first win against this Florida team. But it's not going to be an easy task. I mean, that game could go either way, but I'm going to pick the Islanders for my pick. Next game, we've got Dallas against Boston. Boston has their opener. Jeremy Swayman is confirmed to be in net for Boston. Dallas has Khudobin listed in net. They've won one, and that's their record, 1-0. It looks like Swayman, I think, is confirmed to be in net. I was kind of looking forward to seeing Allmark in a Boston jersey. I think he's going to be good for this team. Some big changes like lots of teams. I mean, and Dallas with their opener in overtime, they won over the Rangers, big win. Holtby played really well, but he had to leave for Dallas because of dehydration, I believe it was, and that's when Khudobin stepped in the third period and won that game. Dallas lost Klingberg and to a lower body injury as well. And I mean, the Bruins are always in their games, and I don't think, even though Dallas won that game, I didn't think that they looked that strong. I like Boston in their opener to win their game. Boston's going to be my pick for game 3. Next game, Ottawa against Toronto. Battle of Ontario. Jack Campbell listed to be in net for Toronto and Anton Forsberg for Ottawa. 7-year contract with Brady Tkachuk and a home opener win against Toronto. Very nice start for Ottawa this year. Forsberg made 46 saves in his first season opener in 6 seasons. Toronto won their opener against Montreal 2-1 on Wednesday, and then they followed that up with a loss to Ottawa 3-2 on Thursday. So here we go again, Ottawa and Toronto. I got to give a shout out to my nephew, Wyatt, down in Ontario. He's a big Toronto fan, so I just want to say hi to him while I have a chance to do so. And this is a tough game to pick. You've got a Toronto team that's obviously missing a couple pieces. I don't know if Matthews is going to be back yet for this game. I don't think he is. And Forsberg looked really good for Ottawa, and they're a fast, gritty team that are always, I mean, they won some good games last year too, and you know, I remember last year we spoke that they might, that they could have a good year this year. Are they going to upset Toronto 2 games in a row? That's going to be tough. Last game was in Ottawa. This one's in Toronto. I'm going to take Toronto here for my nephew Wyatt. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick Toronto. See how that goes. Next game, we've got the Rangers against Montreal. Montreal's got Jake Allen listed in net. The Rangers have Shesterkin listed to be in net. Canadiens still looking for their first win, and they will look to do that playing their first home game of the season against the Rangers. Even with a loss in their opener, Jake Allen was a star of the game, and he's going to look to continue to do that. Will he do that is another question. Jake Allen's always been a pretty good goaltender, but I don't ever think he was a great goaltender, and I don't know if he is. The Rangers, they lost 5-1 to Washington on Wednesday and 3-2 to Dallas in overtime in their most recent game. Montreal obviously lost to Toronto 2-1 on Wednesday and to Buffalo 5-1 on Thursday. Both teams are going to be looking for their first win. Shesterkin was in net for the Rangers in the last game against Dallas, and New York, like Montreal, yeah, still looking for that first win. Who's going to get the first win here? I really like that Adam Fox for the Rangers. I mean, that guy's lightning. And this Montreal team, I think, has got a lot of problems. I'm going with the Rangers. Visiting team here is going to be my pick for Game 5. Game 6, we've got Vancouver against Detroit. Detroit has got Nedeljkovic listed to be in net. Vancouver has got Halak listed to be in net. Detroit had an exciting opener. I mean, it looked like they were going to beat Tampa. I mean, they should have beat Tampa, and they let Tampa back in the game. Final score 7-6 when they won that in overtime. Detroit looked good. Bertuzzi had an amazing game. I think it was a record for him, 4 goals. And Vancouver, shootout, you know, they won again over Philly, and yeah, they had that loss to Edmonton in their opener, but still impressive. I mean, they still have problems. I mean, just like their last game. This game, I think last game they were 36% on faceoffs. Won this game, they're 38%, so a little better. Power play was strong. They were 2 for 4 on their power play. I'm not a believer in Vancouver yet, so I got to go Detroit here. I like Detroit a lot in this game, and I'm going to pick Detroit for Game 6. Next game, we got Chicago against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's got Jarry listed in net. Chicago has Marc-Andre Fleury confirmed to be in net. The Hawks managed to get a point in their second game with a 4-3 loss to New Jersey in overtime. Still looking for their first win of the season. And like I said, Fleury's confirmed to be in net for this one. Pittsburgh stunned everyone on the first day of this season when they beat Tampa. And they didn't just beat Tampa. I felt like they embarrassed Tampa 6-2 in Tampa after they hoisted their banner. But again, that's that. It's over. This is a Hawks back-to-back, and Pittsburgh on an extra day of rest. It makes the Penguins look really good here on the money line. I like Pittsburgh in this game. I like Chicago to get their first win, but I don't think it's going to be on a back-to-back when they're playing a rested Pittsburgh team, and especially the way Jarry's looked. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh on that game. Game 8, we've got Tampa against Washington. Washington has Samsonov listed to be in net. Tampa has Vasilevsky listed to be in net. Washington won 5-1 against the Rangers on Wednesday. Ovechkin scoring twice in the opener. And this will be Samsonov's first game of the season, and he will be looking to follow up Vanasek's lead for sure because he played a great game. The defending Cup champs, obviously embarrassing start, as I already mentioned, but their home opener when they played Pittsburgh, I just felt like they didn't even show up for that game. And then the second game, obviously they rallied back and they beat Detroit, so they're 1-1. That first game, though, they looked slow. They didn't look like a defending Cup team. And Vasilevsky, even in Detroit's game, didn't look like himself. So I don't know what's going on there. And I think Washington's just got good energy right now. Tampa coming off a win. Are they going to do it again against Washington? I'm not thinking so. I'm taking Washington on this game. Game 8, I'm going to go Washington to win the game. Then we go to Seattle. Seattle playing Columbus in Columbus. Merzlikins listed to be in net for Columbus, and Grubauer listed to be in net for the Kraken. Columbus came out of the gate strong with an 8-2 win over Arizona. A victory in honor of their passed away teammate. It was a great win for him, actually. The Kraken, in my opinion, they played a great game for their first game in the league against the Vegas Golden Knights with a final score of 4-3. And then their second game was a 4-1 victory, their first win in the league against Nashville. They're happy in Seattle. There's no other way to say it. They're happy. Can Columbus follow up that 8-2 win over Arizona and do that to Seattle? This is going to be an exciting game to watch. That might be the game that I do watch. But I'm going to go Seattle. I'm going to go the Kraken to win their second game. Grubauer looked better in that second game, and I'm going to go to them to win this game 9. Game 10, Carolina against Nashville. Nashville has Saros listed in net. Carolina has Frederik Andersen. Nashville lost their opener to the Kraken 4-3, and now they play a talented Canes team for their second game. Carolina defeated the New York Islanders 6-3 in their opener. Some changes in goal, some big changes for Carolina in goal. I mean, they got Frederik Andersen, Antti Ranta, and Alex Lyon as their goaltenders now. But Nashville, yeah, it's a tough one to pick too. Nashville at home could easily win this game, but I'm going Carolina, visiting team, Carolina to win the game over Nashville. Next game, we've got another opener. St. Louis, first game against Colorado. Colorado has Darcy Kemper listed to be in net. St. Louis has Binnington listed to be in net. The Blues, yeah, a rematch against a team that eliminated them last season from the Stanley Cup play. Avalanche will be looking... we'll be going with Grubauer's replacement, Darcy Kemper, actually, and not sure if McKinnon will be able to play. I think he's still going to be ruled out after testing positive with COVID. And I think the coach, the coach I think is out too for Colorado. I mean, they looked strong in their opener, obviously against Chicago in that first period. After that first period, I didn't think they looked that great. They won the game 4-3 against Chicago, but against St. Louis, I see St. Louis winning this game. Winning their opener against Colorado in Colorado. Game 11, I'm going to take St. Louis. Next game, we got Winnipeg against San Jose. San Jose, this is their opener. Aiden Hill confirmed to be in net for San Jose. Hellebuck listed to be in net for Winnipeg. The Sharks opener will be a tough one. I mean, to play this Jets team after the Jets losing. I mean, I think the Jets losing their opener to the Ducks was probably the second biggest disappointment after Tampa losing their opener to Pittsburgh. I expect a bounce back game from Winnipeg here. There's no other way to look at it. A better performance from Hellebuck, and it's Scheifele's first game. You gotta like Winnipeg here against San Jose. I know San Jose is excited about a couple things, but they're not going to be a contending team, I don't think. I like Winnipeg a lot here. Winnipeg's going to be my pick. Game 13. Calgary against Edmonton. Edmonton has crazy Mike Smith confirmed to be in net. Calgary has Markstrom listed to be in net. Battle of Alberta, Flames and Edmonton. Flames opener here. Big upgrade for the Flames with Markstrom between the pipes. Just not sure if it can be enough to defeat this Oilers team. Oilers hung on and defeated the Vancouver Canucks in their opener. They won 3-2 in a shootout. Smith he was on fire. He played a great game again for an older goaltender. There's some older goaltenders playing really well right now, and Mike Smith is at the top of that list, I think. I look to Edmonton at home to beat Calgary for this Battle of Alberta, and unfortunately, Calgary to lose their season opener. That's my Game 13 pick. On to the last game, Minnesota Wild against the LA Kings. LA has Cal Peterson listed to be in net. Minnesota has Kappa Kokkonen listed to be in net. The Kings had a great season home opener, defeating Vegas 6-2. 47 shots on goal, 2 for 2 on their power play. The LA Kings looked really, really good, and they're playing a team that I really, really like. The Wild playing a back-to-back here after winning their season opener 2-1 late game here against Anaheim Ducks, and it was a tough game. The Ducks put up a good fight. They had the lead, and Minnesota had to fight their way back in the game, and then they won the game with 8 seconds left. Tough call, really tough call. Is LA going to stay on fire against Minnesota? I think because Minnesota played a late game and it's a back-to-back, I'm going to go LA against all my insides because I like Minnesota, but I'm going to take LA for my pick. That's what I'm going to do. My best bet record right now sits at 0-2, which isn't that great. Regular picks are 2-3, and parlays are 0-2. So hopefully we'll change that record. to a more positive direction. My best bet, I got to take Winnipeg over the San Jose Sharks, and I look to Scheifele to help me make that happen. I'm going to parlay 3 games out of the 14. I'm going to go Ottawa plus 1.5, pays 1.83. I see good value there. I'm going to go Detroit to beat Vancouver, money line, good value there too at 2.05. And then I got to go the Jets money line at 1.76. Those are my 3 for the parlay. Regular picks, I'm going to take LA over Minnesota. I'm going to take Edmonton over Calgary, Winnipeg over San Jose, St. Louis over Colorado, Carolina over Nashville, Seattle over Columbus, Washington over Tampa, Pittsburgh over Chicago, Detroit over Vancouver, the Rangers over Montreal, Toronto to beat Ottawa for the regular pick, but I am putting Ottawa plus 1.5 in the parlay. I'm going to go Boston to win their opener. I'm going to go the Islanders to beat Florida, and I'm going to go Arizona to beat Buffalo. I tried to keep that as short as I could. Hope everyone has a great weekend, great Saturday, lots of hockey on. Good luck with your picks. Enjoy the hockey. Thanks for watching. Take care.